this Diddy story with Cassie, Laura Styles. What is this?
So Diddy was on the show Watch What Happens Live, and they were talking about relationships, and he's been with Cassie for a very long time. So they asked him why he hasn't gotten married. He's like, I've had 6 children with 3 different women. Honestly, he was like, he doesn't want to go deal with the courts if something wrong, if something happens. He's like, he will commit to a contract, a love contract, which means that he is responsible of taking care of Cassie financially if anything happens. So
I respect it.
He's willing to do that.
Look, Diddy's got all the money in the world that he needs. He's been, how many kids? 6?
6 kids.
He's not thinking about marriage.
With 3 different women.
Marriage is not
what's the difference? Like, I mean, he has tons of money.
Exactly what he said.
Okay, can he get like a prenup with the same rules?
More lawyers. More lawyers.
Nah,
more issues. Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about with regard to this love contract?
I don't know. I told Rosenberg about it, and he thinks it's ridiculous. He's like, why not get married?
I do. I think it's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you 2 things. Number 1, I think you're being just a scaredy cat. Number 2, I was talking to someone last week, the woman who was with the late, great comedian Patrice O'Neal. And she talks about how important it is for people to get married, not just have a contract financially, but be married, because when Patrice had his stroke, she wasn't able to make decisions about his life. She had been his partner for 10 years, and she was kept out of the room. No decision. Now, maybe in Diddy's case, he doesn't want Cassie making decisions. But for a lot of people, you've been with someone 10 years, that's probably the person you want to be making the decisions for you.
So, we don't know, or maybe you do know, in Patrice O'Neal's situation with his woman he was with 10 years, he didn't have her on any of his health documents?
No, they'd never gone through and done anything like that. It's like, oh, babe, we're going to get married one day. They'd actually had just gotten, I think, engaged. So, like, they were actually going to start getting towards getting married. And before you know it, something happens. And it was a drawn-out process of him being, like, in a coma and whatnot. And she wasn't even allowed to be in the conversations.
Yeah, see, that's why you should just get married. If you've been with someone for that long, just get married.
You don't just get married for that, man. If you want somebody on your documents for health, you go into your doctor's office and be like, yo, call this person if there's a problem. This is the person that comes in. It's that simple. You don't need to go and get married for that reason. You get married because you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. You get married because you want to do it before God, or you want to do it for your cultural reasons, or you want to do it for your family. That's why you get married. You don't just get married to make things easier.
Bro, it sounds like someone's been pressing you on this subject.
No, I not at all. I don't get pressed about marriage at all. The only thing that irritates me about marriage is people think that marriage is the way they have to do it. Right. Or they think that, marriage is a certain thing they have to have, or their life is not complete. And I have an issue with that. Because your life isn't predicated or made more successful by marriage, or you're a failure as a woman if you never get married. There's so many women who put that marriage pressure on themselves, and I see women get depressed about it.
No, absolutely. It happens all the time. I'm being pressured constantly to get married. And
do you want to be married, Loris?
I do, but if it doesn't happen right now, I'm okay with it. If it doesn't happen before, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? No, I'm okay if I don't end up getting married. It's fine.
800-223-9797. Diddy wants a quote-unquote love contract. Do you agree with Rosenberg that it's stupid to get a love contract? Or do you agree with me where it's like, look, Diddy has enough money. He shouldn't be forced to get married if he doesn't want to get married. He's committing to Cassie, look, you've supported me this long. I'm going to make sure you're financially taken care of. You have nothing to worry about.
No half in, half out. If you're doing it, you jump in. Do it.
All right, we're talking about this love contract. How do you explain it, Laura Styles? Diddy wants to do what with Cassie?
Well, he says he's not ready to get married. He doesn't want to deal with the courts. And what he's willing to do is give her a love contract, which means he's financially responsible for taking care of her. But that's about it.
Diddy's about his money. We know that.
True indeed.
So he's willing to do the business aspect of this, let her know that, look, you've been rocking with me. I'm going to make sure your money's right, because you don't, it's not like your music career is taking off, but I love you and I want to keep you right. Rosenberg, you say it's stupid, though.
Yes, man. No half in, half out. Just get married. There's a lot of reasons why being married officially has benefits. Chiefly among them, how lame you sound when someone's like, yo, dog, you married? And you're like, nah, fam, but I got a love contract. What?
Yeah, that sounds nuts.
Now, that sounds progressive to me. I like that. No. Marriage is old school.
Yeah, man.
Marriage, that's what old school cats do. How's that working out? It's got like a 50% failure rate. Myrna in Jersey.
Yes.
How you feel about this love contract?
I think it's fine. I think marriage is an old school concept.
Oh.
I think a lot of people aren't doing it anymore. I think you can have somebody make decisions about your life and everything else. If you're just in a partnership, you just have to have some documents for it. But I don't think people need to be married anymore. Most of those marriages fail because there's a certain level of commitment that people are just not willing to give now. Like, sometimes you just want to have the option to walk away.
Myrna, have you ever been married?
Damn.
Yes, I have.
Oh, well.
And it failed miserably.
So you're speaking from experience. I guess we can't really debate your issue, but
No, let's
but
do-
then you have like someone like Rosenberg who's successfully married
That's right.
and been with his woman 10 years. So it is working for you, Rosenberg.
Yeah, I love marriage, and frankly, for me, whether me and my wife are married or not, we still approach it the same way. I mean, we're progressive to some extent. We communicate very well, but I think it's important to have that role if that's what you want to have. If you want to be with one person.
Samantha in New Jersey, how you feel about the idea that Diddy and Cassie have a love contract versus getting married?
I think it's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Talk
Why
about
is
it.
that?
Why?
Because okay, if you don't want to get married, that's fine. But to put it as a love contract, you might as well just get married if it's going to be the same paperwork.
That's how I feel too.
Love contract, I could just email you that, John. Like, that's nothing. I just send that
that's the
right over
problem.
to you.
So lazy.
Here you go. You got the email confirmation. Once you open the
listen,
email, it's confirmed.
Just all you have to do is I'll post it on Instagram, and once you comment on the Instagram, it's official.
Press like.
We talked earlier on the program about Cassie and Diddy having a love contract, or Diddy saying he didn't want to get married, he wanted to get a love contract. And I saw a lot of people on social media that were basically saying, A, they're not for marriage anymore, and B, look, if you want to get married, but it's not a heated topic anymore. Like, it's not like everyone needs to be married. It's not everyone's not on the same page with marriage. And then I saw a topic, and this is courtesy of NicoleBitchie.com. Nicole Bitchie put up a post. Does having money scare some men from getting married? Shawnee Culture, you have $0.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Does a man having money scare him from wanting to marry a woman?
Yes.
Yeah. I would think so. It's intimidating because women go straight for the pockets. As soon as they get emotional, they want your pockets. So it wouldn't make me shy.
I mean, look, I don't have money like that, and I'm still afraid that my little nothing that I have is gonna get taken away from me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's why I don't want to get married. I think I don't want to be married just because I'm afraid to have another connection to the government. I already have so many, and the government can already dictate so many things in my life that having them involved in my relationship is just a frustration that I don't want.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason you don't believe in marriage?
I mean, I'm already fully committed because I have a baby. Like, so even if I wanted to walk away from the relationship, I still have to take care of her and the baby.
Would you be open to just a ceremony, though?
Yeah, it's basically a reason to dress up in an outfit and have a party is the ceremony. Because a lot of people talk about marriage and they're thinking about the dress. They're thinking about the day. Right? The party.
Because that's what was important to your wife, right, Shawnee?
Yeah, I'm married. I still don't believe in marriage.
But you're married. You got married 3 times.
Yeah, because that's what she wanted. It was 3 different ways. But the thing is, it's a false sense of security. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what women want because they feel like it's gonna make them
and
more
he
secure.
did it because he loves his woman, and that's what she wanted, and he did it.
So it's like,
I don't believe most men want to be married. I believe most men get married because they love their woman so much, and that makes her feel secure.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Laura,
it's a sham.
It's a sham.
No,
Laura, do you want to be married?
Well, I've been battling with this because my parents are pressuring me about marriage, and in a way, I kind of feel like I want to give them that ceremony, and the more I think about it, I feel like I want to do it for them. You know what I mean? Because it's something they really want. Like, my mom really wants a ceremony.
So then
she really wants the union of family and friends and love, and but at the same time, if I don't end up getting married, I'm gonna be okay. Before I used to think it's gonna be the end of the world if I don't get married. Like, I don't want to be alone.
Will you have children if you don't get married?
I'm still battling with that right now.
Because you don't feel secure, you don't feel safe without the marriage.
Yeah, I really want a partner that's gonna be there. I want to, but then co-parenting works also.
But do you feel like marriage forces that partner to be there? Because it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You
It
could be
doesn't.
married
The
with somebody
reality
and they
is
don't
that
show
it
up no
does
more.
Not. Yeah, it's true.
Yo,
It's
you could
very
be married
true.
and that fool never come home.
It's very true.
That paper
Very
ain't
true.
gonna keep him.
Yeah.
Trust.
Too real.